Bible.
Yes.
We
Yes.
we watched church already on television.
Well, I was noticing that last week we talked about Thomas, you know. Well, if you back up a little bit, there's a story about Mary.
I've noticed something else.
What?
You're wearing your Dr. Burke's
Yeah,
coronavirus tiger.
Well, I decided not to wear my mask today, but you digress. Let's talk about Mary.
Okay. Well, I don't have on my Duke's shirt, so I might not be able to think quite as quickly today.
Okay. Mary.
Oh, I know about Mary. That was Jesus' mother.
Not that Mary. There's another Mary.
Oh, yeah. I know about another Mary. She was in the New Testament. She was a hottie. She had lots.
You're that old, huh? You knew that Mary?
I knew about her because I saw Jesus Christ Superstar. She had lots and lots of boyfriends.
No. This is Mary Magdalene, and some people think that about her, but that must be in your Duke Bible, and that's not true. You need to go back and relearn this passage. This is from John chapter 20, and this is Mary Magdalene, who was a very, very good friend of Jesus's, and he actually healed her from 7 demons that she had way back at the beginning of his ministry.
7 demons? What does that mean?
Well, we don't really know exactly what that means, but we do know that Jesus healed Mary, and Mary, after that, became one of his followers. She was a leader. Mary Magdalene is mentioned throughout all 4 Gospels, and she was one of the women who took care of Jesus.
So Jesus had women followers as well as 12 disciples?
Yes, he did. See, these women, and the Bible tells us that Mary Magdalene had somehow she had some money, so she was able to share her wealth, and that wealth helped take care of Jesus and his followers.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Now, the passage I was studying today is after Jesus is crucified, and you remember on Easter morning, Mary Magdalene, according to the Gospel of John, was the first person to get up and go to the tomb.
What was she going to do at the tomb?
Well, she was going to honor Jesus and take care of his body. But guess what?
What?
The stone was rolled away.
Who did that?
Well, we don't really know, but Mary Magdalene was so amazed by that, she ran to tell Peter. Apparently she was a really good runner, too, because she does a lot of running in this story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was on the track team.
Maybe so. Could be. She ran, and she went and told Peter and the other followers that the tomb, the stone was rolled away from the tomb.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet they were really excited.
They were. They didn't know what to think. So Peter and another disciple, we're not quite sure who it was, but Peter and the other disciple took off and went running back to the tomb.
Oh, and when they got there, I bet they saw Jesus.
No, they didn't see Jesus.
Oh.
They saw that the material that he'd been wrapped up in had been moved. The piece of material that was wrapped around his head was in one place, and the rest of it was somewhere else. And Jesus' body was gone. And about that time, Mary caught up with them, and they left. Peter and the other disciple left.
Peter and John left?
Yeah. And Mary was just crying and crying, and she looked down in there, and you know what she saw?
What did she see?
2 angels.
2 angels?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that would have scared me.
Yeah, I would have been scared too. But Mary just stood there, and she cried, and she turned around, and she thought she saw the gardener for the area that he was buried in.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and she said, "What have you done with my Lord? Where is his body?"
Wow. And so what did the gardener say?
Well, it turned out it wasn't really the gardener.
It wasn't the gardener. Was it the
gardener.
gardener's helper?
No, the gardener then looked at her and said, Mary. And do you know what?
What?
Mary Magdalene realized just by his voice calling her by name, that was Jesus.
It wasn't the gardener, it was Jesus.
It wasn't the gardener, it was Jesus standing right there.
And Mary didn't realize it till he spoke her name?
Yes, saying her name helped her recognize his voice, and she recognized him.
What'd she have to say then?
Well, like any other good, I'm thinking she was a southerner too, because she wanted to immediately go up and hug her, and Jesus said, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Because I haven't been to my Father yet. But there is something you can do.
What's that?
You can go tell my disciples that you've seen me.
So she was sent to tell the disciples to go tell others.
So do you know what that makes Mary Magdalene?
What does that make her?
That makes her an apostle to the apostles. That's what Augustine said.
Mary was an apostle to the apostles.
Uh-huh.
She was sent to those who were sent.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And she was a woman.
Yes.
Wow.
So this proves, that Mary was a follower. She loved Jesus. She was a leader. She was leading before he was crucified. She stayed when he was crucified. She came back after. She was very, very loyal to him. And then they say, now this is not in the Bible, but they say she might have been a missionary to France.
Wow. So if Mary did all of that, then there must have been lots and lots of women preachers throughout all the history of the church.
Well, we have some brothers and sisters in Christ who don't really see it that way. But we, as believers in the New Testament, who are following the model that Jesus gave us, see that women can be leaders. And a woman was the first apostle to the apostles. She was a leader. She took care of Jesus. She was the first evangelist.
Wow. Wow.
So there's nothing stopping women, according to this passage and other passages in the New Testament. We can do anything in the church.
I'm so glad we're in a church that has both women and men leading it.
Me too.
Go wing it.
Yes, right. All right. So remember that next week.
I'll remember that.
Okay.
I'll remember that scarf too.
All right. Bye-bye.